So this is a listing for a 2-bedroom, 1-bath apartment. It's 45 West 11th Street, which is it's a very nice residential street, very charming, between 5th Avenue and 6th Avenue down in Greenwich Village, and it is listed on Zillow for $1,150,000. It says it's 1C, so this is it's a first floor garden apartment. It's a really, really nice street, actually.
Right.
So the inherent real estate value is decently high, pretty small, but it's prime real estate.
French windows is really nice.
I suspect that, like with a lot of these things, it became unusable over time. So it's unfortunate. It would have been nice if they had actually a real fireplace there. But I mean, you can tell by the scale of the room. It's cute, but that's a small living room. There's basically room for a sofa, a chair. It looks like there's definitely not a real dining room, so they've got a very tiny little nook there by the window, which is cute,
right.
but small. As a single person, or as they say, a very young couple.
It's a little pricey for someone who's just, as a bachelor pad, right?
The million range it's definitely on the entry level affordable range for New York, so it's not crazy.
Probably high ceiling on the first floor. That's where this apartment is located. Turn of the century building.
It's very charming from the outside. So kitchen looks like it's been relatively recently renovated. New, not an expensive renovation job, but it's tastefully done. Appliances are serviceable, mid-range kinds of things, nothing fancy. Looks like an LG fridge and some stuff like that. Cabinets look clean, but not high-end. Perfectly acceptable and serviceable and tasteful. Appropriate for the price point. So the master looks like is right off that living room there. Cute. It looks like a small bedroom. There's a radiator there. There's a wall unit air conditioner. So with a building of this vintage, the mechanicals are probably not super up to date. It's kind of part of the charm of an older building. Well, this is the problem with being on the first floor. You have security concerns as part of that's part of the rating about being on the first floor. So unfortunately, you kind of have to have those bars in the windows.
If it's possible to take that out, remove it.
I think it's up to you. You can do whatever. Right. You can probably do whatever you want. If it's a young couple, maybe with a very young child.
Yeah.
I don't know how long you can stay in an apartment like this with a kid. There's not a ton of space, but it's at least doable for a little period of time. This looks like pretty tight quarters in this bathroom.
Yeah, I'm not really sure about that vanity.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it goes with the rest of it. The bathroom could probably a little bit of updating. I don't think you would need to do anything terribly expensive, but you're kind of limited by the footprint. It looks like a very small space in there.
Right.
Yeah, it looks like they must have redone this relatively recently. I don't know if it's good or bad. I mean, it's nice and clean. I don't know if what was there before had character that was removed, or if there was no character at all. So I'm assuming this must be a shared roof deck, given this is apartment 1. This can't be part of apartment 1. This is quite nice. Yeah. This area in particular is nice because the buildings by and large aren't too high. You get a view up to Midtown. Barbecue, some landscaping. It's especially given that the apartment is relatively small, it's a nice thing for being able to entertain.
Yep.
This is a super cute block. This is really close. So Citarella is on 6th Avenue and 9th Street, so just a couple minutes away, and then there are a few on University Place as well. And this is a very short walk from here to Union Square, where there's the Whole Foods, and then a Green Market 3 times a week. It's really, it's a great location. Washington Square Park is just a couple of blocks south. I imagine there is a pretty large premium in this price for the location, which is as it should be. It's a lovely location. First Pres is right here. Preschool. It's been a while. I think Beginnings is somewhere close.
Yeah, Beginning is in Irving Place, right?
So that's
pharmacy. That's not far. Yeah.
I mean, there are a bunch of the kindergarten and up schools that are also around here, so it wouldn't be Friends is a little farther east, but there's Friends, there's
But
Grace.
City and Country is 13th Street.
No, there's some schools around here. I mean, there's a strong downtown community of schools.
Yeah.
It's a compact layout.
And every room has a window, so
Yeah.
small bedroom is probably facing like a courtyard, right?
Yeah, it's the first floor. There's probably not a ton of a view here, but again, this is one of these things where it seems like it's decently nicely done, but you're trading off space for what's an excellent location. So I mean, if it's really let's call it 500 in real estate speak, and if it's really $1 million,
2,000 square foot.
2,000 a square foot.
That's
which is
I think
kind of what it is around here. It's
it
a lot.
is so close to NYU. I'm wondering if there is like parents buying an apartment for kids and they can share with a roommate.
I would think so. I suspect there's a lot of that, especially maybe among the foreign students.
Yeah.
It's a small apartment in an entry level price point. I would give it an 8 for what it is.
Yeah.
The apartment itself is not unique. The location is great. I could probably give it a 7. I don't know that anyone moves to Greenwich Village because of value. It's more because they like the area.
Yeah.
But I think probably at the list price, it's a little expensive. It's 2,000 a square foot. That's so for a not new apartment, no one would ever say that that's good value. I think it's a 5. I think it seems fairly neutral. It's tight. It's tight, but it's well enough designed. So, whatever. Give it a 7 probably. It's definitely one of the best blocks in the city. It is on the first floor, which detracts a little bit from that. So there's some issues with that, but I think I would give it an 8. I don't know that there's much you can do with this apartment.
Yeah, I agree with you.
It's small, and I'm not sure that you're going to boost the value. Sort of is what it is. I'm not sure you're going to greatly boost the value of a 500 square foot apartment.
Right.
So it used to be kind of sketchy and bohemian, then got to be really nice, and you could see in a downturn could easily start to become sketchy and bohemian again. And those really elevated prices per square foot could start to come down. So I don't know. I think I give it I'm kind of neutral to bearish. I give it a 4 or a 5 on that. It's accessible in the sense that it's on the first floor, but people may have safety concerns.
There are steps.
Yeah, it's not ADA accessible in the strict sense of accessible. Yeah. There are people who may not like being on the first floor because it has safety and noise issues.
Yeah,
so,
noise is always an issue. Yeah.
Yeah. You can get those soundproof windows which work decently well, but you're still on the first floor. So
right.
I think for safety I'd have to give it it's got a doorman. I'd give it a 4.
Yeah. Although I didn't see the doorman in the picture.
No, there's no doorman there.
Maybe it's part-time.
maybe he's unionized and you have to pay him extra to take a photo of him. I think the fair price is $1 million or a bit less. I'm kind of like a 900 to $1 million.